Hello, I'm Renaud and I'm a product manager at Prismic. Prismic is a headless CMS, so since I joined, I had the chance to work with a lot of developers that are building websites, and it's becoming clear for now quite some time that technology like React or Vue that are component-centric are becoming the go-to solution to build websites, even though it was not meant to be that at the beginning. But this component approach gives a lot of flexibility to developers that adopted the technology, liked it, and just are using it on most of the projects that we are seeing in our user base. For quite some time now, at Prismic, we chose to invest in components. So we've created a feature that is called Slice, and that is becoming more and more popular. And we are still continuing to invest in this component-centric approach. And today I will present a project that is called Slice Machine, and that is trying to improve the process of building websites with components. So let's jump right into it so that I can show you the project. So for this demo, I chose to have a simple Nuxt application. So for those that already built a Nuxt application in the past, they might recognize this screen that is like the hello world of a Nuxt app. And I will type my Prismic Slice Machine command, setup, in order to launch a new Slice Machine project. What this command does is basically changing the configuration of my Nuxt application, and by linking it to a Prismic repository. So I will create a Prismic repo that is called Hello Jamstack. So it will link my next project to this Prismic repository and add also two dependencies, two libraries to the project. One that is called the Slice-on, and that I will describe a bit later. And another one that is a set of components, pre-made components that are open source, responsive, that are accessible, and that we've built in partnership with Renaud. So now that the installation is done, I can just open my project. And open the code of the page that you just saw. So as you can see, it's a basic Nuxt page, a basic Nuxt template that is showing what we just saw in the screen. What I will do is just import the new component that the Slice Machine command added to the project. So import Slice-on from Vue Slice-on. Add it to the component for my template. And then I will just change quickly the template in order to add my Slice-on to the template. Now that it's done, I can launch again my project, open it, so it's now building. Again, for those who build the next project, you might you might know this screen. And when it's built, you can see now that I have a new component rendered in my page. It's the Slice-on, and with basically an empty state that tell you that if you want to start rendering the component from the library that we imported, you have to create a page on Prismic. So I will click this button. That will redirect me to the Prismic repository. And now that I'm on the Prismic repository, I will be able to create a first page using those components. So I have a whole set of components here that we call Slice in Prismic that are linked to one of the components that is available through the library that we imported, from call to action to sliders to video sliders. And I will select a call to action component to render in my page. Okay. Add some text, add a link in order to redirect to the Slice Machine website. publish this document. As you can see, the component is not yet rendered because I need to update my slice zone accordingly to the change that I did. So I need to add a custom type and a UID to fetch the proper document in Prismic. So I will go to my slice zone, add the type, that will be page, and the UID that I will fetch from the Prismic repository, in that case, this one. I save, and then my page just re-rendered and is displaying properly the component that I chose, so the call to action component. I can choose to add another one and add some images, for example, to make it look good. I will now add also, for example, a FAQ component. Ask me anything. Same, add an optional image, choose this one. Now I need a haircut. Yes, clearly. I will copy paste it to show you how it looks. I just publish the document, refresh the screen, and now I can see my FAQ component that is rendering properly after my call to action banner. Okay, so now the question that you will ask is like, how do I custom those components? How do I customize those components in order to make them mine, or like to adapt to the design that I already have? So for that, we provide CSS variables, but also a different set of props and options that you can use in order to basically customize those components to make them fit the design that you are trying to build. But if the component that we provide are not enough for you and you want to build your own, we also provide a command. I will type just now. That is Prismic SM create slice. That will ask me to give a name to the component, so I will call it my new component. Ask me in which custom type I want to put it, so I will choose page. And I did two things. One thing is that it created a slice folder with my new component in it, and some bootstrap code to render the component. It just configured properly the slice zone in order to for the slice zone to understand that this new component also needs to be rendered when content is there in Prismic. And also added in the content definition, in the content model, a new component that I can select as an editor to use and to render in the page. So if I want to add between this call to action banner and this FAQ component, my new component that I just have here, I can select it now, select some text, hello, Jamstack, conf, publish it. I need to restart my project. So now it's building, but you get the idea. My new component will just render properly between the call to action and the FAQ component with text coming from Prismic, and with the slice zone understanding that this component needs to be rendered when I choose this slice in the Prismic interface. You can see it here. Since you have access to the code of this component, you can make it your own. So for example, changing the background, changing the color, removing all the content that I don't want to keep only the content that is managed in Prismic, like this. And if I want to add new fields, I can just add it into the custom type builder. That is a tool that we provide, and render it properly in the component. If you want to have an understanding on which component your slice zone is handling, we also offer a command that is Prismic SM-ls that will show you quickly, like the fact that, for example, the slice zone in this project at the moment handles all the components coming from Vue Essential Slices, that is the library open source that we provide, and the new component that I just created in the folder slice, that is my new component. So to recap, I just added this license into my template in Nuxt. This license understood that it needs to fetch content from an open source library, but also a component that I created through the CLI. And if you want to see more, like we have a virtual booth that you can attend to. We will have Hugo and Renaud that are the main developers of the project that will be able to answer all your questions. We also talk tomorrow about how to build website with components in a roundtable. And if you want more information about the project, you can both go to our GitHub in order to contribute into building new libraries for Gatsby, Next, or other library for Next also. Or go to the forum, the Prismic forum, in order to fetch more information about the project. But thank you, and see you on the virtual booth.